Hello everyone and welcome back to Queen Varieties channel. On today's episode, I present to you a Nigerian Igbo sumptuous egusi with OKAZI soup recipe. Guys, this soup is absolutely and incredibly delicious, and also it's a party friendly recipe you can serve at any occasion. And this soup is popularly known to the Igbos and also the Calabars, but they have their ways of making it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get instant notifications whenever I upload new videos. Feel free to share this video with your friends, loved ones and family members. In today's video, I'm not going to show you how to cook your beef or your chicken because I have several videos where I have illustrated how to cook your meat. So I will leave various links in my description box below so that you will click on those links and then watch how you can steam your meat effectively. I don't want this video to be so long, so we are going to kickstart this recipe by adding some little quantity of palm oil inside the pot. Allow the palm oil to heat for some few seconds and then go ahead and add your onions. And as you can see, I am using the purple onions. So allow the onions for some few seconds and then add the green spicy pepper. This spicy pepper has a very unique taste and flavor. So stir everything to combine effectively until the onions become a little bit translucent. Once the onions has become translucent, as you can see, we are going to move over to the next step. And for the next step, what we are going to do is to develop the flavors of this soup. So here I'm going to toss in some dry pepper, which is very unique for this recipe, and some dry fish into my pot, and then stir it to combine effectively and allow it to fry for some few minutes, maybe about 2 to 3 minutes, so that the flavors will develop and the taste of the soup will come out, very, very beautifully. 2 to 3 minutes later, I can assure you that all flavors in this pot have marinated itself very, very effectively, and the aroma in your kitchen right now, guys, is so golden. So we are going to go over to the next step, which is the pouring in of the coarse blended tomatoes and bell peppers inside your pot. Stir the pot to combine appropriately and cover it to cook for exactly 10 good minutes to cook down. Oh yes, guys, 10 minutes later, and you notice once again that the pot has indeed cooked down effectively. So we are going to introduce the chief ingredient to this recipe, which is my egusi. And as you can see, I am using 400 grams of egusi for this recipe. Pour your egusi inside the pot at this stage and then begin to mix everything to combine effectively, guys. Stir it and then begin to toast it a little bit, guys, so that every grain of that egusi will be mixed with the sauce effectively. Now I'm going to introduce my stock, which I use to cook my beef and my shaki off camera, guys, and this stock is very, very hot. So make sure at this point in time what you're adding inside your pot is hot water or the hot stock. So guys, do not make the mistake of adding any drop of cold water inside the pot at this particular stage. Whatever you're adding inside the pot, be it the water or the stock, must be very, very hot. This is going to enable your egusi to form some kind of crumbs, not smooth consistency, but it's going to come out in a crumbly like form, because this is an Igbo style of making egusi soup. We're not going to have lumps in the egusi, but some kind of crumbs. So once you're done, cover the pot to cook down for about 15 to 20 good minutes. This stage is very, very important, otherwise your stomach is going to run, guys. And after 20 minutes, you notice that there is oil at the surface of the egusi. That is a clear indication that indeed that egusi has been properly cooked. So go ahead and pour in a reasonable quantity of hot water inside the pot, depending on how you want your quantity of your soup to be, guys. Adding hot water at this age helps your soup to cook faster. After adding the water, guys, you stir the pot effectively and try tasting the soup to see if you need to adjust seasoning at this point in time, guys. And for me, I needed to adjust my seasoning, so I added 2 stock cubes inside the pot. And guys, this stock cube was so difficult to break. Next, go ahead and toss in some salt if you need to add in some salt. And after that, I'm going to add my shaki inside the pot, and this is already cooked, guys, like I told you earlier on. Next, I'll add my beef, which is also cooked and also grilled, inside the pot for some tanta inside the pot. And after adding all these ingredients, I'm going to stir the pot effectively and then finally introduce my fish inside this recipe. And guys, I forgot to tell you at the early stage that I didn't add stockfish, which is a main ingredient in making this soup, guys. I didn't have stockfish available, so I'm using the ingredients available at this stage to make the soup. So feel free to add whatsoever you want to add in this soup. You can use any meat of your choice and enjoy this soup. But because we added the dry fish in this soup, I guarantee that this soup was absolutely and incredibly delicious. Once everything has been combined effectively, now go ahead and cover the pot to cook on a very high heat for at least 5 to 10 good minutes. Allow this pot, guys, to boil with your highest heat, like you're cooking in a charcoal. The heat is what brings out the flavor of this type of soup, especially your okazi soup. So as you can see, my pot is boiling and boiling and boiling. I am seriously battling with splashes at this point in time, so you have to be very, very careful, because if one of the drop of those splash touch your skin, you will understand that cooking in the kitchen is war. It's not easy for us who are women always cooking in the kitchen. This is one area of cooking I don't like. When the splash touches your skin, is terrible, especially if you're angry, in that angry mood that you're cooking. But guys, I am not angry at this point in time. From the appearance of the soup, you can definitely tell that the recipe is completely ready, and this soup is looking so beautiful. And now we are going to toss the star of the ingredient inside the soup, which is the okazi. The okazi can also be chopped if you want to chop it, or you can also pound it if you want to pound it. But guys, I don't like pounding or chopping mine. I like it in that long strips, because for me, that is what makes it okazi soup. So you toss the okazi inside your pot and stir the pot to combine appropriately, guys. And can you guys see how beautiful and yumnicious this soup is looking at this point in time? The flavors in this soup was developed appropriately, and the taste is so wonderful. So we are going to cover the pot for only 2 to 3 minutes. After 2 to 3 minutes, guys, you notice that everything is perfect, because your okazi doesn't need to overcook. It's fiber, so it's very good for your health. So stir everything and your soup is ready, as you can see it on the screen. This soup can be served at any event, parties, or any program of your choice. You can enjoy this soup with pounded yam, guys. I used pounded yam to swallow this soup. It was something. Once again, thank you so much for joining me in today's episode. I really hope you have enjoyed today's recipe. Remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get instant notifications whenever I upload new videos. Feel free to share this video with your friends, loved ones, and family members. Until I come your way next time, bye bye.